Hi everyone, welcome to the Families in Canada. This is week 8, I believe, of the distant learning. So this week we're wrapping up the parent-child relations unit. So the first thing to mention is obviously the assignment is due, the music video assignment is due at the end of the week on Friday. Already had a couple of submissions on that. They look really good, some good choices of music lyrics and videos that explain an issue related to this unit, so that's really good. The content for this week, I just want to talk briefly about that. So there's two things really going on. One's looking at fatherhood, and it starts off with this really funny video, although the students in the class in the last few years when I've shown that typically don't laugh as much as I do. I guess it's because I'm a dad. I find it kind of funny, the interpretation of modern day dads in that video for Father's Day. Anyway, so it talks about fatherhood, the good parts of fatherhood, the way in which fatherhood's changed over the decades and how fathers are generally more involved in raising kids, but also the negative aspects of how when there is separation in the family, how that affects father-child relationships often. So well worth a read of that slideshow, and there's obviously a note sheet to fill out as well attached to that. The other thing that you need to look at this week is, well, not really look at, but there's a second slideshow that I put up, and it's really just a slideshow of my daughter, myself and my wife leaving the hospital. What it is about issues with raising kids with some kind of disability. Now, originally, a lot of the information came from textbooks. It's not really necessary to go through that or to go on the web and find the links to the textbooks. But what I'm looking to do is a Google Meet on Tuesday. I would have done this anyway, but I'm hoping to have a few people sign up for this. And the goal is that on Tuesday at 9 o'clock in the morning, between 9 and 10, I'd like to talk a little bit about my personal experiences of raising a kid that's got a pre-existing condition or some kind of disability. And so I know some of you know. So Devon was born with what's called esophageal atresia. So I could talk a little bit about that experience, the swallowing issues she's had. Now, it's not really to kind of give you a sob story. The truth is that we've been very lucky. She's doing extremely well, like extremely well. Hospital visits down to once or twice a year. I think actually once a year. We've had no operations in the last year and a half. She's doing exceptionally well. But while we were in the hospital, the 5 months of the first 5 months of her life that we were in the hospital, we made a lot of friends who were in what's called the NICU, where babies first go when they're born with conditions, and a lot of them had, I guess, more severe issues, or the babies didn't make it. So I've got close friends that we made in the NICU that either lost their children or their children continue to have serious medical issues, as well as talking about other anecdotal stories about people raising kids with lifelong conditions. So I'd like to chat a little bit about that. It's quite emotional. I don't know how emotional I'll get over a webcam. I know last year I burst into tears in front of the class. It was a little bit embarrassing. I don't think that will happen, but we'll see. So that's the Google Meet for this week. It'd be lovely to have people come on and just have a little chat about that. If I get enough people, I have put the Google form out there. If I know enough people are coming on, I might even try and organise it so my daughter can be there for a little part of that. So we'll see how that goes. The final thing is on Friday. If anyone needs to talk to me one-on-one about anything related to marks, workload, or anything like that, the only day I can't do this week is Friday because I will be in the school. You may have heard by now, or your parents have been told that Thursday and Friday of this week, I think it's this week anyway, you're going to get to go into the school and get your stuff out of the lockers because obviously school's been cancelled, sadly, for the rest of the year. So I'm going to be there on Friday as a volunteer to chaperone people to make sure there's social distancing going on. As lovely as it would be to catch up and chat, I don't know how realistic that would be. I think things will be quite strict. I'll probably have a mask on. I need to obviously protect my family and make sure that I don't, none of us get infected. So I'll be there as a volunteer, so I won't be available for a Google Meet on Friday if anyone needs a one-on-one chat. But it'd be nice to see some familiar faces if you are coming into the school to get your stuff. It'd be nice to kind of just wave hi from a distance, hopefully, or say hi from a distance. Anyway, guys, that kind of wraps it up for this week. Email me if you've got any questions. Try and attend the Google Meet on Tuesday at 9 o'clock if you can. That'd be lovely. Otherwise, stay safe and take care. Bye-bye.